There we go. So I'll just do a little thing here because it's easier for me to edit out, like, the beginning.
Sure.
All right. So, all right, here we go. Welcome to End Credits. I'm Josh. This is Baelish with zombies. And so let's just talk about John Wick Part 2, or Chapter 2. I like that it wasn't John Wick Part 1, at the very least.
Yeah, definitely. It had the good parts of John Wick 1, most definitely, to where there was like the amazing gratuitous violence, just like tons of headshots, tons of kneecap shots, like things like that. It was badass. The only thing though is the things that separated it from John Wick 1, I didn't really like so much. Like, for instance, this was very, very predictable. Just about every like key thing, even coming down to like major celebrity cameos, like you saw them coming. Every time there was a stairwell, someone fell down it. The ending, yeah.
Like, I at least give it a little bit of applause that they didn't do a ton of Neo jokes. Like, I was expecting that to happen. Like, when you put Lawrence Fishburne, because he's in the trailer, that's not a spoiler, but like, when you put Lawrence Fishburne and Keanu Reeves together, I like the immediate urge is to go is like, hey, look, it's Morpheus. No, I'm glad they didn't at least go too bad with it. But like the violence itself, the John Wick movies have always been better whenever they've been like Keanu Reeves is doing his physical acting.
Right.
The first one he had better acting as a whole, but like physical acting he's always better at, as far as I'm concerned.
And that was kind of a common trend throughout this movie, I thought, is that like the choreography was great, except for the opening scene. I didn't really like the choreography in the opening scene. I thought it was really slow. But the rest of it, like the physical acting was great, but the actual acting was atrocious for pretty much every character in the movie, I thought.
Shit. In the first like guy you see like in the first scene is one of the nihilists from Big Lebowski.
Peter Stormare, yeah.
So I'm always just like, when I saw him, I was just like, "Where's the money, Lebowski?" Yeah. He's like, "Where's the car, John Wick?" I'm like, "Ah, fine, okay."
Yeah.
But like, I feel like this movie was very much trying to set itself up for like the third movie.
Yep.
Like, it was more interested in what it wanted to do next than necessarily what it wanted to do here. Not that here is 100% terrible. Like, on a scale of like, oh my god, this is amazing, all of this in my face right now, versus like a shit movie for twats, it's somewhere in between.
Definitely somewhere in between. There was a lot of lead in. There was a lot of areas where gun nuts are gonna, come in their pants, like that kind of thing. A lot of unnecessary, just like, look at these flashy guns kind of scenes, but I guess it served its purpose.
Well, it's very much living by the rule of like Chekhov's gun, where it's like, all right, we can't introduce this gun without also using this gun. When they could have easily been like, hey, here's this gun, here's this other gun, here's this other gun, and then he uses them all, and then we forget. Because that's basically kind of what happens too. Is like he uses the 3 guns, and then he's all like, oh well, you don't have these guns anymore, so you're gonna have to start taking guns off bodies like he did before.
Yeah.
So it's really like, this kind of like didn't really need to be there if he was just going to abandon the guns eventually.
Yeah, well, I thought some of that was kind of cool, to be totally honest with you, because it was like, yes, look at these flashy guns, okay, we don't need them anymore, now it's going to play out like a video game, you pick up a gun and you start shooting people with their own gun kind of thing. I thought that was kind of cool.
There were a bunch of stuff in there that were like cool scenes, and then there were like unintentionally hilarious scenes, or intentionally. We haven't figured it out yet. Like, I think it's unintentional. He thinks it's intentional.
I thought it was intentional, most definitely.
But there's a fight scene between Common and Keanu Reeves, and there's a couple of scenes in there that are just like, the guns they're using have all the like force of them just like shooting, just flicking jizz at each other, and like they're just jizzing away at each other, and with the like intensity of someone who's about to like have crying penetrative intercourse is the best way to describe it. Like, it's not really like acting so much as they both look like they're about to start crying. And over here, like, is this supposed to be funny? Is it not supposed to be funny? And yeah.
I thought that was, like, the reason why I thought it was intentional was because, like, I don't know, the movie seemed like, as far as the choreography goes and the action scenes, it seemed decently thought out.
Yeah.
Like it seemed like there was a little bit of, like, cause and effect played out in there. And so, like, with these scenes of them just, like, being kind of, like, quiet and just, like, going towards this violence, but like being sheltered about it, so that way like nobody saw it, like that kind of thing, like little pew pew, kind of stuff. I thought was
it's like poo poo poo.
Exactly.
Poo, poo.
Yeah.
I like the designs of some of the characters too, like the assassins that we don't get to talk to, but they do get to fight. Like, I like that they tried to show that there are different assassination styles, and I almost thought it was funny that there's one, like the Japanese one was a sumo.
Yeah.
Like, it's not so much of spoilers. It's just like the Japanese one's a sumo. Like that's
A little bit stereotypical, but it was still kind of cool.
yeah, it works for me. The ending, which we're not gonna spoil necessarily, but like it's very much they saw that they wanted to make a third one, and they were like, so it was all like set up for this third one.
Yeah. And one thing I will say, by the way, is Ruby Rose is incredibly hot in this movie. So if nothing else,
Like,
I liked it.
I just assume that like every time I see Ruby Rose in a movie, I always feel like the movie's gonna disappoint me. Like the same thing happened with Resident Evil: The Final Chapter, where she's in there and we never get to know her character's name, but we're supposed to feel bad for her. In this case, we don't know her name, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
She does do the physical stuff well, but I can't get over the fact that she just looks like Justin Bieber to me.
She's a hot Justin Bieber, and Justin Bieber would be a hot woman.
I mean, assuming they're not the same person, does anyone check? No. So would you recommend this?
I'd recommend it. It's a good sit back, not think about anything, and not really hold any high expectations kind of movie, most definitely.
I would say, like, for me, since I went in thinking this was going to be completely shit, I was like, all right, well, it's not terrible. Like, maybe it's also because I've seen nothing but shit movies lately. like, A Cure for Wellness was terrible, and so was Rings, and so was Resident Evil: The Final Chapter. So it's nice to see a movie that's not completely 100% awful.
Yeah.
So I would say definitely, like, if you haven't seen Lego Batman, see Lego Batman first, and then John Wick would be the second choice at this point.
All right, I can agree.
So, as usual, like and subscribe, and if you are ever on San Antonio, go to Zombies on what days?
Wednesday, Thursday for karaoke, and every first Friday.
Excellent. So, if you want us to see a movie, just let us know, put it in the comments below, check out the blog, and enjoy your evening.
Bye, guys.